A very good evening to one and all. I am Meghavi, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC and a Wing Faculty Coordinator, VVCE Mysuru, cordially welcome you all to the AICTE-sponsored Second International Colloquium on Recent Trends in Computer Science, that is ICRTCS 2021 inaugural function. Excellence is not being the best, it is doing your best. Now, I request the very dynamic personality, Dr. Ravi Kumar V, Professor and Head, Department, to formally welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Meghana. A very good evening to all present here and good morning to Dr. Houbing. Now I, Dr. Ravi Kumar V, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, take this opportunity to welcome you all for this inauguration of AICTE-sponsored Second International Colloquium on Recent Trends in Computer Science, that is ICRTCS 2021. It's an immense pleasure to have Dr. Houbing Sung, Assistant Professor, Department of E&E and CSE, Daytona College of Engineering, Florida. On behalf of VVCE, Mysuru, I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. Dr. Houbing, I welcome you, sir. You are muted, sir. You are on mute, sir.
Yeah, now I'm okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I take this opportunity to welcome members of management, Shri Gundappa Gowda, Honorable President, Vidyavardhaka Sangha, Mysuru, in his absence. I also extend hearty welcome to today's guest of honor, Shri Engineer P. Vishwanath, Honorable Secretary, Vidyavardhaka Sangha, Mysuru, in his absence. I take this opportunity to wholeheartedly welcome Dr. G.B. Krishnappa, Dean Research and Development, VVCE Mysuru. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I also would like to welcome Dr. B. Sadashivegowda, Principal, Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, Mysuru, in his absence. I welcome you, sir. I even take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Gururaj Ichal, Associate Professor, Department of CSE and ACM Distinguished Speaker. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I welcome all the deans, heads of various departments to this event. I welcome you all. I also welcome all the teaching and non-teaching staff of VVCE and also all my colleagues and student friends to this particular session. I welcome you all. I welcome you. Thank you. Thank you, Anand. Over to you, Megan.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Wing, I welcome you to this event, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. G.B. Krishnappa, Dean R&D VVCE, to brief about ICRTCS.
Honorable Professor Dr. Houbing Sung, Director, Song Lab, ERA University, Florida, USA. Honorable President of Vidyavardhaka Sangha, Shri Gundappa Gowda. Honorable Secretary of Vidyavardhaka Sangha, Engineer Shri P. Vishwanath. Respected Principal Dr. B. Sadashivegowda, Professor and Head of Computer Science and Engineering, Dr. V. Ravi Kumar, Dr. Gururaj H.L., Wing Coordinator and ACM Distinguished Speaker, Deans, HODs, Professors, and members of Organizing Committee, and distinguished participants. Namaste to all of you. This AICTE sponsored, All India Council for Technical Education, Government of India sponsored the Second International Colloquium aims at bringing together researchers, engineers, scientists, and industrialists across the world to share and discuss advances and challenges in digital transformation. ICRTCS 2020 was a grand success. This ICRTCS 2021 mainly focuses on IoT and artificial intelligence. I wish all the distinguished speakers and the participants a grand success in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sharing will enrich everyone with more knowledge. In order to do this knowledge sharing, today we have one of the most eminent speaker, Dr. Houbing Sung, with us. I request Professor Kavya Rani S.R., Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, VVCE, to introduce the speaker.
Thank you, ma'am. Houbing Song is an assistant professor of electrical engineering and computer science and the director of the security and optimization for Networked Globe Laboratory at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Daytona Beach, FL. He received the PhD degree in the electrical engineering from the University of Virginia, Carlottesville, VA, in August 2012. He has served as an associate technical editor for IEEE Communications magazine. He is the editor of 6 books, including Big Data Analytics for Cyber Physical Systems. He is the author of more than 100 articles. His research interests include cyber physical systems, cybersecurity and privacy, Internet of Things, edge computing, AI machine learning, big data analytics, unmanned aircraft systems, connected vehicle, smart and connected health, and wireless communications and networking. His research has been featured by popular news media outlets including IEEE Global Specs Engineering 360, USA Today, US News and World Report, Fox News, Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems, International, Probes, WFTV, and New Atlas. Dr. Song is a senior member of ACM, an ACM Distinguished Speaker, the faculty advisor of ERAU chapter of ACM, Upsilon Pi Epsilon, and a senior member of IEEE. Dr. Song was the recipient of the Best Paper Award from the 12th IEEE International Conference on Cyber, Physical and Social Computing, the Best Paper Award from the 2nd IEEE International Conference on Industrial Internet, the Best Paper Award from the 19th Integrated Communication, Navigation and Surveillance Technologies Conference, the Best Paper Award from the 6th IEEE International Conference on Cloud and Big Data Computing, and the Best Paper Award from the 15th International Conference on Wireless Algorithms, Systems and Applications. Sir, your works are enormous, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. Houbing Song to address the participants.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for your introduction. I'm very glad to give a talk at the Second International Colloquium on recent trend in computer science. So now I'm from the Daytona Beach, Florida. Today, I will share my perspectives on the recent trends in computer science, particularly AI, machine learning, and for quickest detection. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. G.B. Krishnappa, sir, Dean R&D VVCE, to give the opening remark for the colloquium.
As I mentioned about this ICRTCS 2021, actually this is the second colloquium we are organizing in association with the wing of VVCE, which is sponsored by AICTE, New Delhi. ICRTCS 2020 was a grand success. Now, I am giving yes to this ICRTCS 2021 to fly with enormous colors and to enrich the knowledge of engineering society in IoT and artificial intelligence. Sharing knowledge is actually a noble cause. Keeping knowledge themselves will actually leads to deterioration of the self. If you share the knowledge, it spreads like fragrance of flowers. That indicates that the identity of flower wherever it is. So hence, distinguished speakers, researchers, and engineers are all joined together here to spread their fragrances of knowledge through this ICRTCS 2021. I wish this ICRTCS 2021 will also be a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Gururaj HL, Wing Faculty Coordinator, ACM Distinguished Speaker, and Associate Professor, Department of CSE, to propose the vote of thanks.
Very good evening to all. For this inaugural ceremony, I would take this opportunity to thank the members of the management, Vidyavardhaka Sangha, for the constant support in organizing all the events. Thank you so much. The respected President, sir, and also the respected Secretary, sir, in the absence. Thank you so much. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. P. Sadashivegowda, Principal, who is a dynamic personality to organize, to give the support to organize any event at our institution. In this absent, I wholeheartedly thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank one of the ACM distinguished speaker, Houbing Song, and a good friend of mine also for his wonderful gesture on this inaugural ceremony. Thank you so much. We have with us Dr. G.B. Krishnappa, a Dean Research and Development with Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, who always gives support and encouragement towards research activities at our institution. Thank you for the wonderful gesture, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would allowed to thank Dr. Ravi Kumar V, Professor and Head of the Department, Computer Science and Engineering, for his constant support in all the activities and events. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to thank my co-professional colleague, Dr. Janvi V, who is always constantly support in conducting various events at Wing Wireless Internet Working Group. Thank you so much, Mano. I would like to thank all the faculty coordinators and participants across the globe we have with us today. Thank you so much for the wonderful gesture. Thank you so much. Thank you, Megha.
Thank you, sir, for being support for conducting this event. Now we'll take over with this session. Houbing, sir, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Can I share my screen? Let's see. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So now let me get started. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. So I'm very glad to give a talk entitled AI Machine Learning for Internet of Dependable and Controllable Things at the ICRTCS 2021. I'm Houbing Song. So ACM distinguished speaker. Also, I'm the director of security and optimization for Network Global Lab. So today, in my presentation, firstly, I will give an introduction to myself and my lab. Then I will focus on the main body. It's the AI machine learning for Internet of Dependable and Controllable Things, including the motivation. Also, we will focus on the real-time machine learning for quickest event detection. In the end, I will give a summary. So for the introduction about me, I'm the ACM distinguished speaker, also the vice chair for HRE special interest group on big data intelligent networking. Also, I'm serving as associate editor for 4 HRE venues, like the HRE Internet of Things Journal, Internet Transactions on Intelligent Transportation Systems, HRE Communications Magazine, and HRE Journal on Miniaturization for Air and Space Systems. Also, I'm an AI and counter cyber for autonomous and manned collective control subject matter expert for the U.S. Special Operations Command. So for my research impact, according to the citation, the number of citations based on the Google Scholar is like it's close to 14,000. Its index is 59. According to the scopes, it's like close to the 9,000. Its index is 51. According to the Web of Science, it's more than 6,000. Its index is 42. I'm included in the ranking for the top scientists for computer science and electronics. My world ranking is like 2,200. The national ranking in the US is 1,200. Also, I'm listed in the world top 22 2% scientist list prepared by the Stanford University. So over the years, I edited 8 books in the field of data science, AI, machine learning, 2 books, big data analytics for cyber physical systems, smart transportation, AI-enabled mobility, and autonomous driving. In the field of cybersecurity, 3 books, security and privacy in cyber physical systems, the secure and trustworthy transportation in cyber physical system. The third one is ongoing. It's aviation cyber security, will be published by the IET Press. In the field of Internet of Things, cyber physical system, smart cities, 3 books. The cyber physical systems, industrial Internet of Things, smart cities. You can see on the right bottom, this book, Smart Cities, was highlighted by the HRE Explorer. So now I will introduce my lab a little bit. So for my lab, the main thing of my lab is to advance research and education through discovery and innovation at the confluence of 3 areas. The first one is the data science, AI, machine learning. The second one is cybersecurity and privacy. The third one is the computing-enabled network physical systems. For my lab, probably you notice that my lab is named after my last name. In fact, here every letter represents different things. So here for S here means the security. We conduct the research on cybersecurity, Internet of Things security, cyber physical systems security, physical layer security. Also, we are interested in detect anything like threat, intrusion, vulnerability, anomaly, malware, such like that. Here, O means the optimization. We focus on several optimization criteria like speed, accuracy, reliability, security, and cost. We use the different optimization techniques like data science, AI, machine learning, big data analytics, signal processing, control, such like that. Also, here, N and G means the networked globe. We conduct research on the Internet of Things, cyber physical systems, high reliability real-time network system, UAV swarm, autonomous systems, WebNet, such like that. The people in my lab, I supervise 7 PhD students, so including 2 PhD students. They are graduating from my lab. They have secured the tenure-track assistant professor positions in the U.S. universities. Also, 3 master students, 2 postdocs, and 2 undergraduate students. Over the years, 15 master students, 7 undergraduate students, and 1 high school intern graduated from my lab. Also, over the years, I hosted 21 visitors from the different countries like Israel, Spain, Poland, South Korea. Also, I'm the director for the India Explorers program at Embry-Riddle University. So this program is a European fellowship program sponsoring technology missions to US. So I will introduce a little bit about facilities in my lab. So here it's my lab. We do UAV stuff. So we have the different UAVs. Also, we have some unique deep learning facilities. The first one is the NVIDIA DGX A100. This one is the world's most advanced accelerator, NVIDIA A100 Tensor Core GPU. I have 2 systems in my lab. Also, I have the Lambda Quad. This is the most powerful workstation tailored for deep learning research. Also, I have the DeepWheel LT. This is the world's first software-defined radio design and developed for the RF deep learning applications. So the scholarly dissemination record for my lab publication, we published more than 100 papers in ICRTCS transactions, journals, magazines. So like the ICRE Internet of Things Journal, ICRE transactions on AI, ICRE transactions on networking system, science and engineering, ACM transactions on management information system, ICRE transactions on big data, ACM transactions on cyber physical systems, ACM transactions on embedded and computing systems, ICRE transactions on dependable and secure computing, ICRE transactions on industrial informatics, transactions on computers, ICRE transactions on mobile computing, ICRE transactions on service computing. Also, more than 50 papers published in ICRE-ACM conferences like ICRE International Conference on Big Data, CNS, SEC, GlobalCom, IPCC, SANC, Infocom, such like that. Also, we published the 5 open source code and data sets through the ICRE Dataport and GitHub. Through the ACM Distinguished Speaker Program, I have 4 lectures available, like the AI machine learning for Internet of Dependable and Controllable Things. Today, we focus on this. Also, I offer 3 more, real-time machine learning for quickest detection, data-efficient machine learning, and the counter unmanned aircraft systems. Also, we have 1 patent granted. In the past 2 years, my lab received 5 Best Paper Awards from the ICRE CBD.com, WASA, ICRE SANS, CBDCom, and SEIA. So also over the years, I received the funding from the U.S. National Science Foundation, U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Aviation Administration, U.S. Army, Air Force Research Lab, and National Security Agency. Also, some funding from the industry, like the Cameron Group and the Zone Defense. So now, let me focus on the main topic. It's AI machine learning for Internet of dependable and controllable things. So here, let's start with motivation. So now our world is facing several significant challenges, ground challenges. For example, for transportation, every year in US, we had 37,000 deaths, 5.8 million crashes, 4.2 billion lost hours, and 2.8 billion gallons of wasted fuel. That's due to the transportation. For the healthcare field, now people aged 60 or above, it's like the 12.3%. This percentage will grow to the 22% by the year 2050. So it's a lot. For the emergency response, every year we have 700 disasters. The economic loss will be like $100 billion. Also, similarly, for the energy, agriculture, building controls, and defense and manufacturing, we face similar challenges. So we need more responsive, precise, reliable, and efficient systems. So this system we need are called cyber physical systems. According to the National Science Foundation, the cyber physical systems are defined as engineered systems that integrate sensing, computing, control, and networking into physical objects and infrastructure, connecting them to the internet and to each other. So these systems are called cyber physical systems. So they can enable a smart and connected world. So just like the internet transformed the way people interact with the information, the cyber physical systems will be transforming the way people interact with the engineered systems. So here, we know the cyber physical systems, we need to consider the cyber component and physical component. The first, the cyber component, it's sensing. So here, we can do the environmental sensing. Then with the sensors to collect the data, we can reason. Then with the progressive sensors, we can collect the information and take some action using controllers. Also, with sensing, sensing can help the emergency response. We can improve situation awareness. Here, the human as sensors, they can feed the multimodal data stream. So, for we people, we use, smartphone. So, humans just like the sensors because, for the smartphone, we have a lot of sensors inside it. Also, we can do the people-centric sensing, including personal sensing, public sensing, and social sensing. Also, we can improve the smart healthcare. Like, we can collect the ECG, blood pressure, GSI, or cell meter, such like that. The second cyber component is the computation. So here, for the information, now we are in the era of the information in thin cell. It's called the big data era. So here, with the big data, we can improve modeling, simulation, and optimization. So here, we can do the computing, include like this. So here, with the robust observation, sensing, and inference, we can model the complex system. We can improve, dynamic and intelligent decision making. Also, we can control and manage infrastructure. We can improve human-centered system. Also, we can achieve, the large-scale data analysis and management. So the third, the cyber component is control. So now, in fact, for control, we are in the third generation. After the first generation, an analog control, and the second generation, the digital control. Now we are in the networkly embedded control. So now for the wireless networks, also sensor networks, we can do the network embedded control. So the fourth cyber component is the networking. So here for the Internet of Things, it's a networking infrastructure for cyber physical system. So here now we have trillions of network connected objects emerge in the global network. So here in the future, we need the sustainable, high speed, high capacity, and energy efficient. So for the cyber physical systems, we have a lot of opportunities and challenges. So we need the informatics. So informatics here means collection, classification, storage, retrieval, analysis, and dissemination of big data, massive data sets. So here, opportunities lie in the we can do the knowledge extraction, driving the discovery and the decision making. Also, we can make the accurate predictions. Also, we can get the causal relationships. In this way, with it, we can improve the capability, adaptability, scalability, resilience, safety, security. But the challenge, also we have several ground challenges. It's like the how to make the predictive analytics, how to make the cyber physical systems security and the privacy, how to improve the big data security and privacy, also how to design and verify the cyber physical system, also how to achieve real-time control. So let's imagine today in the future, by accurately predicting natural disasters such as hurricanes and tornadoes, we can employ the life-saving and preventative measures that mitigate the potential impact. Oh, this is nice, right? Also, by coupling roadway sensors, traffic cameras, and the individual's GPS devices, we can reduce traffic congestion and generate significant saving in time and fuel cost. This is for the transportation. It's nice. By integrating biomedical, clinical, and scientific data, we can predict onset of diseases and identify unwanted drug interactions. This is for healthcare. It's nice too. Also, by correlating the disparate data streams through text mining, image analysis, and face recognition, we can enhance public safety and security. So this is, a day in the future. So with the informatics for the cyber physical systems, we can we are closer to the day in the future like this. So my research theme is informatics in cyber-physical systems towards enabling the move from the Internet of Things to the real-time control. So here, along this line, one ground challenge will be how to make the Internet of Things dependable and controllable. So one important tool will be AI machine learning. So further, for along this line, in fact, if something is wrong, we want to detect, anomaly as soon as possible. So we will focus on the real-time machine learning for quickest event detection. So now let's see the real-time machine learning for quickest event detection. So now let's see for this topic, let's start with one news article published by HRE Global Spec Engineering 360. 2 years ago, the HRE reported me as a hacker. They reported the new technology hijacks intrusive drones. A professor from Florida's Embry-Riddle has developed a system for overtaking unauthorized and suspicious drones without the downing or destroying them. In fact, in summer of 2019, more than 100 news media outlets reported me and my research. So the total potential audience is up to 16 million people. So like the HRE Global Spec, new technology hijacks intrusive drones. Fox News, the Embry-Riddle team developed drone hijacking technology to secure critical airspace. Security, the business magazine for security executives, Florida professor invents AI program to hijack road drones. The U.S. News and World Report, John Zacher, Daytona professor invents intelligent system. Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International, Embry-Riddle professor developed the counter-UAS tech that safely ground unauthorized UAS. New Atlas AI system grabs the range of wayward drones. Also, the military outlet like the Battlespace, Embry-Riddle, and Drone Defense Systems launched counter-UAV system. Defense delayed Embry-Riddle Drone Defense System to commercialize counter-UAS technology. So why I developed such a system? In fact, for this system, my motivation is increasing UAS sightings. So UAS, the full name is Unmanned Aircraft Systems. We call the UAS, Unmanned Aerial Vehicles, drones. So as you know, drones are prohibited from flying near airport. We can't fly drones near airport. Also, we can't fly drone in and around stadium and sporting events. Also, we can't fly drones over designated national security sensitive facilities. So like the military bases, national landmarks like Statue of Liberty, Hoover Dam, White House, such like that. Also, certain critical infrastructure, such as nuclear power plants. So also we can't fly drones over emergency and rescue operations, like wide fires, hurricanes, such like that. So there is a need for the counter-UAS system. A counter-UAS system is defined as a system or device capable of lawfully and safely disabling, disrupting, or seizing control of an unmanned aircraft or unmanned aircraft system. So here, for such a system, typically two subsystems. The first part is for the purpose of detecting. The second subsystem is for the purpose of response. So here, the ideal sensor subsystem will detect multiple UAS at a distance and will support highly automated operation. Also, the ideal neutralization subsystem will disable or destroy multiple UAS while ensuring low collateral damage and low cost per engagement. So here, I developed a unique counter-UAS system. What's the uniqueness? The uniqueness of my system lies in the hacking for good. I'm a hacker, but I hack for good. So my system detects and safely neutralizes rogue drones without destroying them or causing them to crash. So here, for the detection part, it's a machine learning enabled real-time detection. I developed one internet of acoustic things. I use microphone arrays to detect, identify, and localize the UAS. For the response subsystem, it's a machine learning enabled drone tracker. I use software-defined radio transceivers to decode the UAS, the radio channel modulation, the protocols. With the decoded information like this channel modulation and protocol, I can generate the fake control command and then guide the UAS to avoid the sensitive areas. So here on the bottom is 3 circles. In the center, the smallest circle is a sensitive area. We don't want any drone to enter this area. The second circle is a reaction area. The largest circle is a detection area. For the detection area, we deploy the distributed acoustic sensor node. So to detect any approaching drone, reaction is a response. We will take a response here, generate a fake control command and guide the UAS to avoid the sensitive areas. So here for my system, 2 parts. On the top, it's a detection layer. On the bottom, it's a reaction layer. On the detection layer, we collect surrounding acoustic signals. Then we perform pattern recognition on signal patterns. Then we check whether the drone flight is authorized. Then we estimate the drone's position and invoke the reaction layer. So for the reaction layer, after we detect an unwelcome drone, we will scan radio channels and industrial scientific medicine frequency and perform spectrographic analysis. Then we identify its analog video streaming and telemetry control channel. Then we can transmit the warning information to the drone. We can block its telemetry channel to trigger its returning strategy. Then we will try to identify its telemetry protocol. Then we can transmit the fake control command. If it doesn't work, we will have to take further actions. So now let's see the detection part, Internet of acoustic things. So here we have the 2 steps. The first step is acoustic detection and identification. So probably you want to ask why you use acoustics here. So here in the center, we can say for the natural background and heavy rain and 2 different zones, 2 different types of zones. They have the different power spectral density. So this means we can use filtering to get what we want. So here we use a dimensional reduction model, data filter parameters, and the classification model. Also the smooth filtering, fast Fourier transform, dimension reduction. We use the SVM classifier support vector machine. Then we can get our result. This is zone, not a bird, not any other object. The second step is localization. So localization, we can collect, with 3 or more microphone arrays. We can localize the zone. For the response part, it's called the zone checker. So here, our first step is radio channel identification and reaction. The second step is modulation identification and the data packet recovery. The third step is protocol identification. Here is our performance evaluation for the detection part. So here we collect the data. Here the sound level test zone accounts for the 25%. Sound level heavy rain is 25%. Sound level natural background is 25%. The Gaussian random noise is 25%. Then out of the data set, the 50% we use as a training set. 30% has a test set. Then the rest is combined signals. Here we use vectorization, faster Fourier transform, PC principal component analysis, SVM, support vector machine, 1 versus all. We can do the perform evaluation. So here we investigate the relation of faster Fourier transform size and the contribution rate of training samples. Also, we investigated the relation between the number of components and the performance of classifier, relation of SNI, signal noise ratio, and the classification to positive rates. Relation of signal noise ratio and the classification false positive rates. Also, this is a performance evaluation for the protocol identification. Here, x-axis is dimensions, y-axis is probability of relay versus prediction. Here, this one, the x-axis, it's bit error. Also, we conducted the field test in the Daytona Beach radio control association. We got you here. So after our research was covered by the more than 100 news media outlets, our research attracted the attention from the United Nations and its International Civil Aviation Organization. Also, our research received the attention from the government. U.S. Federal Aviation Administration's FAA's Office of National Security Programs and Incident Response. They asked me to conduct research like the safety, risks, and mitigations for U.S. operation on and around airports, U.S. cybersecurity, identify flight record requirements for the U.S. Also, our research attracted attention from industry like Boeing, Integrated Vehicle Technology Program, Cameron Sensors, and Electronic Systems Incorporation. Cameron Group, it's a 125 company listed in the London Stock Exchange. Also, SRC Incorporation, Syracuse Research Corporation. Also, our research received attention from the military, like Air Force Research Lab, AFRL. They asked me to conduct research on the observation on machine learning for threat detection, how to detect, identify, characterize, geolocate electronic communication signals in a moderate to dense cold channel environment. Also, DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, how to defend the U.S. Forces against quickly evolving unmanned airborne threat. Also, DTRA, Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Also, U.S. Special Operations Command, U.S. Central Command. So, after talking with the United Nations government, industry, military, I found, in fact, they are very interested in one fundamental problem. They want me to do the real-time machine learning for quickest event detection. Here, event is broad. It can be threat, vulnerability, intrusion, such like that. Along this line, to achieve real-time machine learning for quickest event detection, I need to address several challenges. I identified the challenges. The first one, how to achieve assured performance. Here, when I talk about the performance, I mean the detection accuracy and the detection latency. Also, second challenge is how to explain why. If this works, why this works. If this doesn't work, why this doesn't work. The third challenge will be how to achieve assured performance if no big data available. So I need to address these three challenges. So to answer these questions, I set my long-term goal. So the first one, my long-term goal will be to establish a framework for machine learning-enabled event detection applicable to multiple domains, such as cybersecurity. So I want to focus on 4 areas. The first one will be mathematical methods for deep learning. So for this one, I want to address how to explain why. With the mathematics, we can explain something, right? The second area will be accurate detection. This is for the how to achieve assured performance detection accuracy. So here, for the accuracy, accurate detection, I will focus on 2 problems. One is the open set recognition. A model must properly respond to unknown input. The other one is the decision transparency. Decision bias and preferences are risky and hazardous. So the third area will be quickest event detection. So here, quickest event detection is for this. How to achieve the assured performance. Here, mainly the detection latency. The fourth area will be data efficient machine learning for event detection. This is for the third challenge. How to achieve assured performance if no big data available. So here, today's focus, I will focus on the quickest, the event detection. My innovation here is propose a zero bias density to address 2 challenges, thus assuring detection accuracy. So here, let's say the motivation is like this: accurate detection of unauthorized devices. In the center, you can say it's air traffic control. It's an airport. So probably we have authorized aircraft on the top left. Also, probably we have the unauthorized aircraft on the top right. Also, we have the ground-based attackers like bottom left, and the hijacked airborne platforms. It's bottom right. So here, my innovation lies here. So I propose a zero bias dense layer. As you know, in a typical deep neural network, input data are passed through various convolutional layers, we get the final result after the last fully connected layer, dense layer, and softmax function. So here it's obvious the last dense layer is the most important block. So here we have the input. After the feature extraction layers, we got the feature vectors. After the last dense layer, we end the softmax layer, we got the result. So our innovation is here. We transform the last dense layer into two consecutive parts. The first part is a regular dense layer denoted by L1. The second part is a dense layer without bias neurons denoted by L2. So here you can say on the left it's a regular dense layer, on the right it's a zero bias dense layer we propose. So here let's see for the L2, the output it's Y2, input it's Y1. So here we can further interpret the operation using cosine similarity. Here W are fingerprint of classes. In convolutional neural networks, decision is generated by weighted and biased cosine similarity matching. To eliminate decision bias and weights, we can rewrite the function of last dense layer into this. So here, with this transformation, after this transformation, we can say L1, in fact, just focused on the performing diminularity reduction. For the L2, focused on the producing cosine similarity scores. So this means we know better about the black box of machine learning. We know something. So in the future, probably we can explain something. So here, for the zero bias deep neural network for unknown device detection, for any device, our model output similarity scores against the known devices. We can use threshold to identify unknown devices. So you can see on the left it's good, on the right it's bad. So usually we will get this on the bottom. So we collect the data of more than 100 airplane transponder signals over 7 days in Daytona Beach International Airport. Also, we developed a tool, our own signal collection tool chain. Then there's the data and code available at HRE dataset. If you are interested, you can download. You could try. So here we use a software-defined radio receiver. Then we use a modified ground automatic dependable surveillance broadcasting (ADSB). Then using the ICO ID, International Civil Aviation Organization ID, and the raw signals. So we train using 60 aircraft signal, and then we use other 100 aircraft as unknown devices. So here we can say the comparison of our zero bias DNA and the regular DNA. So you can say the zero bias DNA is much better than the regular DNA. So the recent breakthrough in incremental learning, my lab discovered and proved the rule of rotating memories in enabling AI. So in fact, the Princeton University's the Boltzmann Group, their research findings published in the Nature Neuroscience. So they based on the mice experiments. So their paper is rotational dynamics reduce interference between sensory and memory representations. So one news article about this. The brain rotates memory to save them from the new synthesis. For my lab, in fact, we found the similar same findings. We from the perspective of computer science. we provided mathematical proof. Our paper published in the ICRTCS Internet of Things Journal, class Incremental Learning for Wireless Device Identification in IoT. One news article is here, advancing AI rotating memories can improve machine learning. So probably this will be a revolution of AI models. If you are interested in our paper, you can download this paper. So let me give you a summary. Here, I talked about, in this talk, I talked about the research theme to advance network systems and security research through discovery and innovation at the confluence of network systems, security, and data science, AI, machine learning. So I focus on answering two fundamental questions. How can we design, build, and verify reliable, predictable, safe, and secure network system, Internet of Things, cyber-physical system? How can we develop strategies and technologies to detect and respond to security threats? So I talked about my solution, AI machine learning for Internet of Dependable and Controllable Things, with focus on the real-time machine learning for quickest event detection. Here are my references. Data science, we have 3 papers. ICRTCS International Conference on Big Data, ICRTCS Journal GBHI, Biomedical and Health Informatics, ACM Transactions on Management Information Systems, ICRTCS Transaction on AI, my patent, cybersecurity, my patent, ICRTCS Communications Magazine, Internet of Things. This one is our recent breakthrough. Also here are our 5 open source data sets and code. If you are interested, you can download. They are from GitHub, ICRTCS, DataPort, such like that. Also, here are 5 references, 5 award-winning papers. CBD.com, WASA, SANS, SAI, CPS.com, also one focus paper highlighted by ICRTCS Communication Society Technology News. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, thank you very much, Swansir, for the informative session. Yes, so there are no queries in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah. We thank you, like behalf of Wing, I, Professor Megha, we thank you very much for giving us insight towards Internet of Dependable and Controllable Things. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Dear participants, you have got the feedback form in the chat box. You can just fill up your feedbacks.
Okay.